This man is a coward. Who wouldn't even hurt a snail? Yet he killed his own boss. His name is Bjorn. To ordinary people, just a lawyer, but secretly working for the mob. With only 2 hours of defense, he could get armed robbers acquitted without a trace. That day, he suddenly got a call from mob boss Dragan. Dragan ordered him to come immediately. Bjorn went to the basement of the law firm. Dragan told him a shootout had happened last night. Dragan had killed members of a rival gang. Unfortunately, a bus had passed by. Many students used their phones to record the entire incident and uploaded it to the internet. Now he had to handle it. He told Dragan the incident had caused too much damage, and even he was powerless. Dragan had only 2 choices. First, turn himself in, but he didn't know if he could get him out. Second, flee, but now the streets were swarming with cops. Dragan couldn't even leave the basement. Dragan threatened him, demanding he use his daughter as cover to get Dragan out of there, or else he'd kill them both. All these years he'd helped Dragan, yet Dragan treated him like a tool. Bjorn felt furious and powerless. They reached the parking lot. Dragan crawled into the trunk and ordered his men to lock it shut to evade the search. The moment Bjorn left the parking lot, a police officer stopped him. The officer demanded to inspect the vehicle. Bjorn remained completely unflustered. He informed the officer this was private property. If the officer interfered, Bjorn would file a complaint. The officer had no choice but to let him go. Bjorn arrived at his destination, hearing the tapping sounds from the trunk. He recalled the events in the basement. Rage surged within Bjorn. He resolved to abandon Dragan. He parked the car in direct sunlight. An hour later, the temperature inside the trunk had doubled. That evening, Bjorn sat in a chair, drinking alcohol, feeling more relaxed than ever. This was the day Dragan was to die. The next morning, Bjorn was preparing to leave. Unfortunately, a car blocked his path. Dragan's henchmen demanded to know where Dragan was. Bjorn refused to answer, citing confidentiality. Suddenly, Tony leaned his head through the window. He caught the stench. Bjorn grew extremely tense. Tony glanced toward the trunk, intending to inspect it. Bjorn stopped him, claiming it contained spoiled barbecue meat. Tony pressed no further and departed. Bjorn knew he must dispose of Dragan immediately. He drove to a secluded room and opened the trunk. When he saw Dragan inside, though mentally prepared, he still couldn't help but vomit. He had no choice. Dragan had to disappear. He pulled Dragan out of the trunk, suspended in midair. He gathered various tools, even donned protective gear. After completing all this, he drove to the shore and flushed all of Dragan into the sea. They would soon be scattered by the lake's currents. The remains would be eaten by fish.